Argentina have defeated Panama 2-0 in their first match since winning the World Cup. Now let's just go ahead and get straight into this. G, what did you think about this match?
Yeah, it was just another chapter in football history. It's the game that we had circled on the calendar to see Argentina's hero welcome back home and to see them as champions for the first time wearing the badge on the kit. And to be honest, it's almost unfortunate for Panama to a certain extent because really no one cares who they played. I mean, Argentina could have played the Coast Guard, and all that matters is that they won and they got to celebrate in front of the fans and lift the trophy there. And it was just a sight to see Messi give a speech after. I mean, you could see how much it means to every single player when they stood there for the national anthem, the tears, just the energy. It was an atmosphere like no other
Mhm.
because there's not a lot of people or a lot of games you could really compare this to because I mean, how starved I mean, the whole country has been. I mean, even just economically, they really needed this just as a moral boost to everybody. It was just something that was a wonder to watch and was beautiful to see.
Look, I reiterate everything you just said. I mean, I 100% agree. I mean, in terms of the match itself, it wasn't the best performance, but it didn't need to be. Realistically,
It
no
didn't
one
have to be.
no one cares about the performance itself. And realistically, the fact that they were able to eventually break through the Panama defense, which I mean, to be honest, that Panama defense was defending like it was the World Cup final out there. I was like,
I
oh my
mean, it,
God.
it it was a bit clear that Panama went to that game just as the pure mindset. We don't want to lose. They didn't.
Yeah.
They didn't want to
I
win.
think,
They just
yeah.
didn't want to
I mean,
lose.
they
But
they had 2 shots the entire match. They had
yeah,
23% possession, I think. I mean, Argentina
clearly
thoroughly
they had a
dominated
game
the
plan.
match.
But
Yeah, they pretty much just parked the bus and they put, pretty much 10 guys behind the ball, but the point is Argentina were able to get the win, and honestly, for a while there, I was like, hopefully they are able to get the win because it's gonna be kinda awkward to celebrate after the match if they didn't actually win the game, but of course they did win the game. Messi scoring a brilliant free kick. That was the cherry on top because obviously if they just won, it would have been enough. But then Messi scoring that free kick because he hit the post twice on earlier in the match with 2 other brilliant free kicks, and then the third time's a charm. He finally get one in. That was brilliant. I mean, overall, it was just utterly brilliant, and it was just a sight to see. I mean, for me, the World Cup still doesn't even feel real. I still can't believe Argentina and Messi actually won a World Cup. It's just kind of surreal to me. So to see it again, them hoisting the trophy in front this time in front of the Argentina fans, it was just brilliant to watch. It was like I was getting a little bit emotional, and I'm not even Argentinian or an Argentina fan necessarily. It was just for football. This was what we needed to see.
yeah, I mean, it's just hard, to if you're a football fan to say you didn't. It's something you didn't want to see or not necessarily you didn't want to see, but not like doesn't make you feel good. It's a feel good moment because
It
that's just
is.
what it is. I mean, this is something Messi has been starved his whole career, and it didn't quite match the same feelings I had right after, it happened when it was all
Oh
done just
yeah,
'cause,
yeah.
the amount of anguish and then the dread, the ups, the downs, but this is definitely,
This was just pure
you you
celebratory.
you could put your heart on ease, the stress is over, the war is over, but it is nice to see that, Argentina is already looking forward to the next one because they have a very good chance of going back to back in the Copa America. They
Mhm.
are the clear favorites, and I think I mean, they should easily win that because, I mean, other than Brazil's kind of, Brazil's always gonna be Brazil, but
Mhm.
Argentina is the world champions here.
Yeah. And I
But
mean, they also just have a little bit of a moral, not even moral edge, but just an edge over Brazil
the
in general
slight the
right now.
slight edge, yeah. I mean, they've
Mental
beaten
edge.
them. Yeah, they beat them in the last Copa America, and they just won the World Cup. I mean, that's just how it is, and no one knows how Neymar is, but that's besides the point. I mean, this was all Argentina, all Messi, and this even like brought up another point that I want to even bring up to you again because I remember we touched upon it even in the past that I think this is just another crowning moment to just show everybody that I think Lionel Messi is the greatest sports athlete of all
Mhm.
time. Not
Yeah.
even just footballer, athlete. I had this discussion today. Some people gave me a little pushback. Oh, the person I was talking to thought Michael Jordan was, and I just think this just the severe difficult, the absolute the roads of tribulation that Messi had to go through in his entire career. It's just unprecedented, especially with the talent pool that's in football. I mean, football is the world sport.
Mhm.
To Messi to be the best at that sport for so long and to do it all, to win everything, it's unprecedented, and I
Yeah.
don't think it's really close. But I mean, that's up to everybody's gonna have their own opinion. That's just mine.
I mean, it's one of those things. There's nothing more for Messi to accomplish in football at this point. He's just playing because he loves it, and at this point, this is his victory lap. This is
I
his
mean,
victory tour where he just goes around and just serenades in his own glory that he's kind of made for himself. I mean, I agree. I think Messi is the greatest athlete in general of all time. To be so great at the most difficult sport to be the best at because football is the global game. I mean, you have competition from South America, Europe, everywhere,
Asia.
Asia, everywhere. I mean, everyone plays football. So to be the best in the world at football for so long, it's unprecedented. No one has ever been the best for this long. You know what I mean? And obviously, people will say, well, Ronaldo was better some years, but in
Mhm.
general, he was been consistently the best. I mean, he has the most Ballon d'Ors in history. There's nothing more for Messi to accomplish. So I mean, and that's just in terms of his greatness. But then when you look at the impact off the pitch, did you see those fans tonight? I mean, they were literally 83,000 people
It's
chanting
almost
Messi.
like they put
The,
the entire country in a stadium, man.
yeah,
And
and
it's almost
there were
the
even
TV couldn't do it justice to how
exactly.
loud it was.
Exactly. I mean, there were crazy amount of fans outside the stadium that couldn't even get in. I mean, I saw people that were. I mean, we all saw the viral video of Messi. He can't even go to dinner
They
anymore
can't
in
even go
Argentina.
no. Oh
Messi
yeah,
cannot go
never.
anywhere without the fans crowding and chanting his name and just trying to touch him. I mean, I saw one guy. He literally fainted and passed out after just touching Messi. He literally touched him, like grazed his shoulder and passed out from touching Messi. That's how famous. That's how great this guy is. And obviously in Argentina, I mean, it doesn't get any better than that. I mean, if I'm an Argentinian, Messi is he's I mean, he's big. He's bigger than the president.
I mean, he's bigger than almost the country. I mean, to a certain extent, this is the country. I mean, Messi is basically the poster child of Argentina forever now because
Yeah,
there was always, there was a crowd in Argentina that didn't like Messi
but now,
for the pure reason he hadn't bring them a World Cup, but now it's over.
yeah,
I mean, I don't think there's really anything you could hold against him. I mean, there's always going to be, other football fans, that are going to hold stuff against Messi because they just don't like him. They don't like, but if you're Argentinian, it's hard. I wouldn't understand why you
there's
just
nothing
wouldn't
more.
like him. I
He's
mean,
won the
it's
Copa America, won the Finalissima, won the World Cup. He's about to score 100 career goals for Argentina at some point, be the first ever South American to reach that milestone. Obviously, Ronaldo and Al Dali, they both have over 100, but he'll be the third footballer in history to have 100 career international goals. What more do you want him to do? I mean, there's
uh,
nothing more to accomplish.
there's not. Yeah, there's literally nothing. He's realistically running out of records to break, and it's just unprecedented. This is something we'll never ever see again. It's literally. And I feel sorry for people that aren't even old enough that to understand what's going on. I feel sorry for the people that have died who have not been able to
Yeah,
see
they
this.
didn't
I
get to
mean,
see this.
it's unfortunate, but that's obviously out of our control. But it's just the the feel good feeling that football can bring fandoms. I mean, to see an entire group of people just be able to forget anything that's going on with them and just to come together to just be happy for one thing, and that's their country's glory. It's just it leaves me speechless almost.
Yeah, I mean, we all saw the scenes in the pre-match and the post-match, and even during the match of this El Monumental crowd, and it was just utterly unbelievable. These Argentina fans, I mean, they won the Best Fans Award for a reason, and they proved it tonight. Utterly unbelievable. I mean, this was literally, it was just, it just felt like everything kind of came together. I mean, this was what we've all been waiting for. We obviously, I mean, it was like surreal for Messi to win the World Cup, of course, but then now to finally get to lift it in front of those home fans, it just felt like a real coming together moment. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's just something we've all been waiting for, a truly special moment in football history. This is something we'll look back on as, I mean, probably the defining moment, the crowning moment for the greatest player of all time. And I'm sure Messi will look back on his career and say this was probably one of his favorite moments in his career because, I mean, you could just see the joy,
Had to be.
the emotion in his face
And
tonight.
to just think that this could have all been so different because I mean we all remember back when Messi had the opportunity to just be Spanish and not Argentinian. I mean this could have all played
Been
out
different.
so
Oh, yeah.
differently, but purely for the love of his family, the love of mostly his grandmother who forced him to play or helped him to play football. I mean that's why he stayed with Argentina and was so hard headed that he wanted to win with Argentina, and for him to finally do it, it took him so long. I
Yeah.
remember when they were announcing it, said it took him 36 years, but he was finally able to do it.
Yeah, I mean, it was one of those things. So many Messi fans were like, "I just wish he would have played for Spain so that we
Yeah,
wouldn't be
because
having this
if you
conversation."
play, that was the kind of like 2014, 2015 era, was,
Mhm.
especially after he
He
lost
lost to
the
Germany.
first
Yeah,
final. It's like if he was Spanish, this would be all done and dusted. But now
yeah.
history, you couldn't stop it. I mean, it was inevitable.
I mean, it was one of those things. I mean, even I remember I was like, I mean, if you added Messi to that Spanish team, I mean, they won back-to-back Euros and a World Cup
Jesus.
without Messi. So you add Messi, that probably would have been the greatest national team in the history of football. But now, I mean, Messi obviously, it's you looking back on this and you say, if Argentina win the Copa America in 2024, I think that this Argentina team they've officially put their hat in the ring of greatest national teams of all time. I don't think that's crazy to say. I mean, That'd be back-to-back
On
Copa
paper,
Americas. You win the
they'd be
Finalissima and you win the World Cup.
it'd be tough it'd be tough because obviously there's like, the 2004 Brazil team, with like R9 or Ronaldinho, all that. It's hard to say,
I'm,
like
I'm not
player
saying
for player,
I'm
but
not. Yeah, I
purely
don't
on
mean player for
achievements,
player.
yeah.
Yeah, I
But
mean
like
achievements.
purely on achievements, it's like you can't really get better than that
Like a
other than
footballing
like
dynasty. That's
yeah,
what I mean.
it's a footballing dynasty to be able to win all that. It's like the only thing better would probably be like what was it? Italy who won the World Cup back to back. I mean, that's
Yeah, and
the only
you're going back to Pele days if
you're
you're really
going yeah, you're
looking.
going really far
Because
back.
obviously
So
winning back-to-back World Cups would probably be the thing that's like, okay, well, I mean, or even winning 3 World Cups out of 4 with Pele. I mean, that's pretty much probably the benchmark of, the ultimate one. But I mean, let's just hypothetically say,
in the modern
yeah,
era.
especially in the modern era. But let's just hypothetically say back-to-back Copa Americas, back-to-back World Cups in 2026. Then at that point, it's
Okay,
over.
okay, okay. Now you're overstepping there. It's
But
like
now
a
at that point,
2026
I might
now.
be stepping into the fantasy dreamland with that.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I remember we were stepping into fantasy dreamland. I think Messi was going to win one
Gonna
at
win
all,
one.
but.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, maybe I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself, but this is what happens, man. I mean, you just when you feel the emotions of what I just felt watching that Argentina game, you get happy and you start to think, what about the future? And can this Argentina team, what can they accomplish? Because I swear, when I see Messi put on this Argentina, no, not this Argentina, I'm not wearing
No,
one, but
that.
when I see Messi put on the Argentina jersey, I swear he looks 10 years younger. He looks like prime Barcelona Messi back in 2012. He plays like a different player compared to what I see at PSG when he puts on that Argentina uniform. And obviously that might kind of begin to change if he does go back to Barcelona because we know how much he loves Barcelona. But it just seems like right now there's just a vast difference between club Messi and national team Messi. So that's why I love to see Messi play for the national team right now.
Absolutely. I mean, it's I can only echo everything you said. I mean, every time he puts on that kit, it's just different because there's just a different type of love for the game that he has.
Yeah, 100%. But I mean, it's one of those things we will have to continue to follow Argentina on their, now they're kind of vamping up and getting ready for the Copa America in 2024. Di Maria and Scaloni both echoed it, saying, look, we're going to celebrate, but we're already looking forward to the next one. So obviously we will continue to follow Argentina's journey on that. We'll have plenty of videos about Argentina and so many other national team games on the channel. So subscribe to the channel. Drop a comment down below. What did you think about this match? What did you think about the pre and post match celebrations? What did you think about the fans? Because I think that's one of the biggest takeaways from this match, how great the fans were. Let us know in the comments down below what you thought about this match. But I think without further ado, we can wrap this one up.
And we get out of here.
So I'm Zach.
I'm G.
And subscribe to the channel. We will be back for another video soon. Peace.